I'm going to show you how to combine the two images for the blog header. So I have Adobe Photoshop CS4. It's the full version and not Elements. So if you don't have this, it might look a little bit different, but I'm going to walk you through what I did to make that image that I sent to you. Okay. So I have both those files open. So here is the background image. It's a PNG, which means that it's got holding the transparency, which is this check stuff. And down here is the original JPEG that you want to lay on top of it. So what I'm going to do is make sure that my layers palette is showing for the image of the title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my shift key. I'm going to grab the thumbnail here and I'm going to drag it onto the other image and let go. And so what that does is it just moves the one image over to the other, and when you hold shift it just puts it exactly in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my move tool and I'm just going to slide it down into place a little bit more nicely. So that'll work. So if you see, if I zoom in here, you'll see that the corners of those images kind of overflows where we were before, so I want to get rid of that. So I am going to do something, go back into my move tool. I'm going to do something called loading a selection. So what I'm going to do is hold the command key. Obviously I'm on a Mac, so if you're doing this on your PC you want to hold down control. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the thumbnail of the layer 0 layer down here, which is your background. And so what that's going to do, it's going to do something called loading the selection, so everything on that layer becomes a selection. So this will help me crop the top layer. So if I zoom in over here on the right hand side, you see that it also selected this little flowery thing on the background, and I want to get rid of that selection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the polygon lasso tool. So if you click and hold, there's the lasso tool, which you might see, and then I choose the one in the middle, the polygon lasso tool. Okay. What I'm going to do is hold down my option key or alt, and I believe it's the same on a PC. And what I'm going to do, if you see, my little lasso has a minus next to it, so it means that you're going to take away from the selection. So I'm just going to click at my starting point. And the great thing about the polygon lasso tool is that it just gives you straight lines. Every time you click, it'll just draw a straight line from that point, so you don't have to worry about being terribly accurate, and I do not have a steady hand. So this works for me. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of selecting along the line of where that white would be, and then I'm going to go up and around my little flower, and when I'm done I'm just going to double click and it's going to fill in that selection. So now you see all that stuff that was selected is now gone. So I'm just going to scroll over to my other side and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Hold down Alt, make this selection, double click, and that's gone as well. So I'm going to double click on my zoom tool. It's going to take me to 100%, so where I began, and you'll see that everything is selected that is inside the white. So what I want to do is I want to select everything but that. So what I want to do is called inverting the selection. So if I go under my select menu and select inverse, you'll see that it switches. So the line's up here, so your selection is actually all of this stuff. I want to make sure that I'm on the layer that has our little title on it, which I am, and I just want to hit the delete button, so you'll see that this is going to go away. Hit the delete key, so now it fits in there nicely. Alright, so what I want to do here is I do select, deselect, or I do command or control D to do it for the keyboard shortcut, but that deselects it. Sarah, on yours, the one I sent to you, I actually went in and made those little spots kind of show through. If you want me to show you that at another point, I can do that happily. But right here, this is pretty good for what we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I am going to save this out. So I'm going to do Save As. And I am going to select PNG. And PNG is the only web compatible format That's going to keep this transparency. If you do a JPEG, it's going to fill this all in with white, and it's going to look funky when you upload it. Okay, so that's what we want. We'll just call it test image. .png. And I'm going to save it out. Your options, interlacing none, and you're good to go. So what I want to do is, I'm going to select File Open, and I put it on my desktop somewhere. I got a lot of junk on here. What do I call it? Test image.png. So I'm just going to open that back up, and you'll see that it still holds that layer of transparency, and the image is completely flattened, and you don't have to worry about layers. So that is it. You are ready to rock. So if you have any other questions about this stuff, just let me know. Good luck. Bye.